Despite the digital onslaught, Ikea still believes that the mall culture in Malaysia is going strong, and it is optimistic about its new outlet Toppen in Johor. We speak to Christian Olofsson, shopping centre and mixed-use director of Ikea Southeast Asia, to see how the group feels about the Malaysian retail market. Christian, thank you so much for your time attending our program. Now, I know that the group is opening a new outlet in JB, but before we go into that, we just want to know what is your take on the current situation of the retail market in Malaysia especially, and what do you think the future is going to be like?
I think if you're a consumer in Malaysia, you are spoiled for choice at the moment. There's always a new shopping center opening, more retailers coming in. I think that's the advantage of the current situation. There's a lot of new square feet being generated and opening, and I think that's quite natural for Southeast Asia in general, growing middle class in Malaysia. So I think we look upon it as healthy growth and development, and exciting time to meet the new needs of a more and more demanding customer.
But right now, across the board, not only in Malaysia, everywhere else, there's softer consumer spending. So even though if you have foot traffic coming into your malls, how do you make sure people spend?
That's a question that a lot of retailers are asking themselves at the moment. I think that's it's a challenge to find the right recipe for success there. But I think it all comes down to, for us as an operator, as an owner, as a developer of malls, it's about creating that enticing tenant mix, having those right retailers that feed off of each other, pull visitation with spending power.
Right now there are a lot of online stores. That's what they call the digital onslaught.
Yeah.
Right. So why is it important for the group, for Ikea, to have more and more physical stores when everyone else is going online? Is that important?
I think it's super important. Nothing can really beat the experience that you can have with family, with friends, going out for a meal, shopping, some experiences together. So for us, it's not about online versus offline, it's about the total package. Everybody uses multiple channels all the time, and I think that's just that will steer a little bit of how shopping centers will look in the future. But it's not either or, it's both. So I think as long as we build and create and drive the sense of experience in the physical space, then I think that there's for sure an advantage towards the physical space.
Do you think consumers are loyal to a certain shopping malls because they're, like you said, spoiled for choices? Is it easy to keep them loyal to your malls?
I think it's two sides to that. I think the choice makes people in a way less loyal, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If I look at myself, I have many different places that I go to depending on what my need is, but everyone still has some kind of favorite. That's the loyalty that we're trying to build. Being positively different is more and more important. I agree. From our side, we of course start with being an IKEA anchored shopping center. We have that as a big advantage. The IKEA store pulls visitors from more than an hour away, something that our tenants, our other retailers in our space would maybe not get access to if it wasn't for IKEA. So that's one of our biggest unique selling points. We look at our shopping centers as more of a community hub, a meeting place for the whole family.
Now let's talk about Toppen. You are having a new outlet in JB. Tell us, what is your expectation for that mall itself, in terms of profit, foot traffic? What do you think it's going to fetch?
We're going to launch much more information about the grand opening plans and so on, of course, but we're opening at the end of this year, so yeah, and it's going to be exciting. We're more than 80% leased already. Johor Bahru is a market that we believe in. It's booming, lots of growth. Our catchment area itself, it's about 2 million people within the immediate catchment area, and we expect to pull visitors not only from Tobrau, even from Singapore. So we're looking at visitation of about 15 million per year. It's a relatively large shopping center, about 300 300 tenants, 1.1 million square feet, and it's got a gross development value of about 1.6 billion. I think people visiting Toppen the first time will be blown away by our concept, easy to find, wayfinding, linkage, clustering of stores, and the tenant mix that we're putting together there. It's exciting. It is proven for us that if we can control the environment around the Ikea store, and if we can create that big meeting place where customers are traveling from far away to come to for inspiration, for home furnishing, but also to spend a whole day with your family and friends, we know that that's an unbeatable concept.
From your observation, why do malls fail? Or in other words, what is the secret to a successful mall?
I think there's no real sort of one reason. There's multiple. I would say, everything starts with of course selecting the location and then catering for that catchment area. For us, we have the advantage of having IKEA, and that brings other types of retailers because it comes with a level of credibility and trust for the brand. As our portfolio is getting stronger and bigger as well, that helps to sort of pave the way for success.